Hey, good morning, friends, and happy Friday. I'm sharing with you today a couple verses from the book of John that have just been encouraging me. But I also cannot stop thinking about a story from Acts that I also want to share. It's the story of the conversion of Saul. He is knocked off his horse in a blinding light as he's going down the road to Damascus. This is a powerful, influential, strong man who in a moment encountering Jesus is rendered completely weak and helpless. He is bewildered, he has gone blind, and he's blind for several days before then he is healed. And it says it's like scales fall from his eyes and he's radically converted. And then of course he becomes Paul, the great missionary, who then goes on to write a bulk of the New Testament. I've often wondered what those days of his blindness were like for him. What was going through his mind in those days? Here he was so firmly set out in this direction. And is he thinking through the very last thing that he saw and the voice that he heard, which was the very presence of Jesus? I'm just amazed at that, and what a conversion. And here we are, and here's why I can't stop thinking about it. These last several weeks, we collectively have also been rendered completely powerless. I mean, any illusion that we had of some sense of control in our lives is out the window. I mean, it does feel helpless, having not ever encountered this virus before, and what life is like right now, and not knowing what to expect, not knowing what the future holds. We have that sense of just total loss of control. And my prayer for us in this time is much like perhaps what Saul experienced. If we could really take this time to reflect and to deeply reevaluate our lives, where we're at in our lives, the kinds of things we're doing, we're striving after, and especially what place Jesus has in our lives. And it's my prayer that in this time that we don't run from those uncomfortable feelings, and that we don't let that discouragement or fear overtake us, but we really lean in with this open-handed, surrendered posture before the Lord that says, "You are Lord. You are the one who is in control over everything. And Lord, what would you want in my life in this season? And what would you like my life to look like coming out on the other side of this? What things are you wanting to do in my heart in this time?" These verses from John that are really encouraging me today are from chapter 14. It says, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me." And then in John 16, where it says, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world." There's that reminder again, I have overcome the world. We can experience trouble. In this world you will have trouble, but we don't have to be troubled in our heart. When we're leaning into the Lord with that posture of surrender, we can have His peace because we know He has overcome the world. Every bit of trouble we're going to face, He has overcome. So friends, let that encourage you today. Lean into the Lord with that posture of surrender and humility. Take heart in what He has said that He has overcome. Have a great Friday.